I know what it is to be in love. I know what it is to want to hug somebody. I know what it is to want to kiss somebody all the time. But can I just tell you that you're going to have to learn how to take it a step back. Bishop R.C. Blake illustrated it so well. If a man is at an 8, okay, if he's at an 8 with you, effort, love, time, if he's at an 8, you need to be at about a 5 or 6. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel B. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. Let me just tell you something. I am just so proud of us for keeping our to-do list and our promises to ourselves for this year. Even though we're just in February, I've been seeing a lot of progress. A lot of you guys have been DMing me some of your to-do lists and you actually following through with that, and that just brings me so much joy. This video today is going to talk about something that really contributed heavily to my success within the last year that I've been here in Minnesota, and that is the art of detachment. Let me just tell you something. Detachment is exactly what it sounds like. It is the opposite of attachment. And let me just tell you, detaching from people, places, and things will surely get you on your way to your biggest comeback, your biggest level up. So if that sounds like something you'll be interested in, just keep on watching. Don't forget, I have a fitness page. I am Chanel B Fitness, where I'm gonna do all things fitness and healing my body. And I'm on a journey to losing 100 pounds. I've already lost 15, well, 16 to be exact. So I got 84 more to go. So if you would like to watch my journey, make sure you go ahead and subscribe there. And all the links to everything that you need will be in the description box down below. The first thing I want to point out what detachment does for you is that it maintains and it helps you control your emotions. The moment that you learn that things will be what they are going to be, people will be who they're going to be, the faster you learn how to regulate your emotions and how to respond to people. I'll tell you this, growing up and even more recently, I was an emotional wreck, right? I wore my heart on my sleeve so people would take advantage. I felt like the world was against me. I felt like people weren't doing me right. And that was simply because I attached myself to any and everybody who came into my life. That was friends, even family. Everybody's emotions are spiritual. I'm a spiritual girl, and I believe that those emotions, they transfer. You could just have met somebody for the first time in your life and you feel a little sad, you feel a little down, and you're like, damn, I was just feeling good. Emotions and energy, that stuff transfers. And sometimes when you're so attached to people, all you're doing is picking up people's energy. You're picking up people's energy everywhere. Instead of staying in your energy so that you can always know how to regulate your emotions, which is the most important thing. Let me tell you, I used to be a nervous wreck. I used to be an angry wreck. I used to be a all over the place wreck, and it was because I never allowed myself to detach from people. You can still love people and you can still have relationships and learn how to detach. I was just thinking about something the other day. You guys know that Beyonce won Album of the Year, her Grammys. Ooh, bless me. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Something that I really admire about Beyonce is no matter what, she never seems to tie her emotions to what people are saying about her. That is, when I tell you, that is emotional intelligence mastery 101. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not even there yet. Because sometimes I get comments, sometimes I get emails about my body and how I need to lose weight, and it still affects me. But learning how to detach helps you learn that how people feel about you is how people should feel about you. How you feel about you is the most important thing. And Beyonce really does a great job when it comes to detaching. Let me tell you why. First of all, even though she has a husband, there has to be some and I'm pretty sure she loves her husband, right? There has to be some level of detachment that Beyonce has in order to be able to detach from her husband throughout the day, to go sneak off into the studio or go do some work in the studio, without necessarily having him around all the time. And I absolutely love that, because I do believe that women should always maintain themselves no matter what relationship, no matter if you're married, no matter if you're a fiance or girlfriend. I believe that it is so beautiful when women can still maintain who they are, even while partaking in a relationship. Another thing that she does detach from a little bit, we can see, is, I'm pretty sure not as much as she detached from her husband, but she also detaches from her children, right? I'm not a girly who has kids, so any mothers, you can chime down below. But I always hear women talk about, like, when I have my child, I want to make sure I don't lose myself, right? Beyonce made sure, and I know, of course, she has a team, she has people to help her and things like that. But the thing is, we can do a little bit of what she's doing at our own capacity, at our own level, right? If you need to hire you a nanny or sitter for a couple of hours, not a whole day, not 365 days of the week like she can, you can very well do that, because you can do that at a lower rate, right? Or you can have a family member that you really trust, and you can have them, whatever you need to do to maintain you. I think that learning the art of detaching and detachment from people will really help you maintain and regulate your emotions. Like, Beyonce could have been a angry wreck, doing tweets all day, all night about how Grammys keep snubbing her, about how people are, dissing her country album. She could have done so many things. She could have said so many things about how she was feeling, but because Beyonce knows how to detach, she puts her heart and her soul into her work. She puts it out, and I'm pretty sure whatever the response is to the music, it's just that it's others' response to the music. As long as she enjoys it, as long as she knows that she puts her best foot forward, that is what matters. And I want you guys to really take on, because I'm doing the same thing, I want you guys to really take on this Beyonce way of detachment, okay? Learning how to put your best foot forward. Do your best work for 2025. Put it out there. Put your content out there. Do your 9 to 5 to the best of your ability. And whatever comes, but just know that you are in control. You are regulated, because at the end of the day, you got you, and everybody else got to deal with everybody else, okay? So sorry I spent so much time on that one. Another reason why I have really, really honed in on detachment this year so that I can win. Detaching allowed me to move on faster. This is for my heart on the sleeves. You're a lover girl type girls. This is specifically for us. Let me explain something to you. My last relationship, let me drink a little water on that one. My last relationship nearly unalived me, okay? And I mean that metaphorically, not literally, but it nearly took me out. But you wanna know why it took me out? Because I was so attached. I wasn't even in love. I was infatuation, that's what they call it. It feels like love, but when the dust clears, you realize that it really wasn't love, okay? I was so infatuated with this guy, okay? The boy was thin as paper. He really didn't have a bunch of money. He didn't have his own place to stay. I cannot begin to tell you how now I date so differently. Going on a date is an event. It is not to say you're gonna marry this person, not to say you're gonna even hear from this person the next day, or if you will even see them for a second date. It is an event, okay? An event has a start date and it has an end date, okay? I'ma just tell you right now, for the girlies who are lover girlies and for the girlies who wear their heart on their sleeve, Detachment is going to save you in so many areas that I can't even articulate, okay? I don't care how much you feel like you love this person. It is not healthy to be that attached to anyone. I actually am going to tell you that quite the opposite, I believe, is what makes men fall in love and stay in love with women. When you maintain, as I said with Beyonce, when you maintain who you were when you first met that man is gonna forever love you. But the moment you start morphing into who he is and wanting to literally be in his skin, listen, I know what it is to be in love. I know what it is to want to hug somebody. I know what it is to want to kiss somebody all the time. But can I just tell you that you're going to have to learn how to take it a step back. Bishop R.C. Blake illustrated it so well. If a man is at an 8, okay, if he's at an 8 with you, effort, love, time, if he's at an 8, you need to be at about a 5 or 6. If he's at a 10, you need to be at about a 7 or 8, okay? Always allow the man to lead so that you can see what he'd rather do. They said, allow people to do what they want to do to see what they'd rather do. And that couldn't have been any more true. When you are not attached to someone, you can make sound and logical decisions. A lot of the times, women can't make decisions when it comes to relationships or what they should do in relationships because they're not using logic. They're using their emotions, which most of the time is because they're so in love, they're head over heels. Women who are logical ask, does this make sense? Will it make sense to have a baby right now versus in the next 5 years when I'm a little more rested, I'm a little more established, right? Does it make sense for me to pack up all my belongings and go move with this person across town, in another city, another state? Does it make sense? When you learn how to detach, I know of this one girl, okay? I went to college with her. I'm gonna tell you this story. I went to college with her. I think her name was like Jaleesa. It's been so long. Her and I used to do a workout class together because I used to teach spinning, but before I taught spinning, I used to take spinning classes. I'm gonna just tell you this right here. This girl was the queen of detachment. She was a pharmacy student. So if you went to FAMU, Rattlers, and you knew about the pharmacy program, then you understand that the pharmacy program is no joke. But you know how us girls are. We find somebody we love, we find somebody we like, and they become our world, right? When they become our world, we can't eat, sleep, think without this one person. We're always checking our phone. Did they call me back? Or if he called me back, why he took so long to call? It's like this obsession that we have, and it's naturally like that with us, some of us girls, majority of us girls. She was one in a million. This girl had a boyfriend who was so gorgeous. He was so fine. I think, was he on a football team? I think he was like on a baseball team or something like that. He was so gorgeous. He was so fine, okay? He used to come and work out with her and everything. And I used to notice that he would like be, you know how they talk about that black cat energy, women having black cat energy, and the man having like the golden retriever energy? That's exactly what they reminded me of. She used to seem kind of mean or uninterested in him, but you knew she liked him because they were boyfriend and girlfriend. And he used to follow her literally like a little puppy, y'all, like a puppy around. And one day I asked her, I was like, how long y'all been together? And she was like, we had been together, I think at that time they had been together for like a year and some change. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like y'all would get married. And she was just like, I know we're gonna get married. And I'm like, damn. And I started like having conversations with her. I learned that this girl actually put her boyfriend in her schedule. She would go to classes from like 8 to 12. Then she would study from like 12 to 5. If he wanted to see her, He had to see her after 5, no, which is why it makes so much sense. When we go work out in the evening, he was there because that was a part of their time spending. He would have to spend time with her from like after 5. And on the weekends, she studied on Sundays, so they would have all Saturday together. She literally fit the boyfriend in her schedule. I was taken back. I had never seen anything like that before in my life. Growing up where I'm from, women cook, clean, do everything for their men. And when I tell you, when I saw that girl do that, I was like, holy crap. And I was thinking to myself, like, you're not nervous he'll like leave you or something? She said, I wonder sometimes, but she said, I can't, because what's most important is me getting my pharmacy degree and me becoming a pharmacist. That's what I came here for. Him becoming my boyfriend was a bonus. So if I can't finish out my degree with him, I'll be sad. But she said, my life still has to continue. So I still have to do me even while he's doing me. I was like, baby, you was a whole different breed. And this is what I mean when I talk about detaching makes you make better decisions. Because I'm almost certain that woman, that Jaleesa, loved her boyfriend. I can tell she did. But she will be able to move on fast and do what she needed to do for her own self because she had mastered the art of detachment. Another thing that really helped me when it came to learning how to detach, when I tell y'all, I just want to put out this disclaimer. When I tell you I've detached so good, my detachment game is so good that even people who I love and who I cherish, they can only do so much to me now. It used to be a point in time I would have an argument with like a family member or a close friend, and y'all, when I tell you I would be downtrodden, I would be down and out. I'll be eating everything in sight, just a full out depression mode, okay? Now, when I tell you I have learned how to regulate my emotions through detachment so good that I'll shed my tears for like a couple hours. After that, I'm on to the next thing. And this is what I want you guys to really pick up with this video. And I really want you to take it with you for the rest of the months of 2025 and beyond that. Another reason why detachment helped me win is because detachment frees you from the fear of failure. Your fear of being seen is holding you back. When you detach from an outcome of something, you learn how to live in a moment and really go through the process, right? You really learn how to trust it. And you really gain a very, very strong sense of self when you can detach from the outcome, because you're literally watching yourself. It's almost like you're playing back a film. You're watching a video of yourself go through life, building brick by brick, block by block, not really knowing what the outcome would be. Of course, we have our dreams and our goals, and we have things written down on paper, and we envision what we would like to see in our future. However, the fear of not knowing what's going to happen does not hold you back. I'll tell you this. I get so many girls in my DMs and in my inbox, in my emails, that talk about they want to start a YouTube channel. They want to start posting content. They want to start, making money online. And I'm always so taken back because there's this sense of hesitation. And sometimes I often ask them, okay, so why haven't you? That's usually my follow-up question. Why aren't you posting on YouTube? Oh, because I gotta get this, You got a phone? You got some lighting? Start there. People are so worried about the outcome that they become more consumed with the outcome than the actual work. Ooh, that's a word right there. That's a word right there. Why you think when you mention what you're going to do, it never ends up happening? Because you become so obsessed with the outcome that you forgot to put the work in. So when my friends tell me they want to start a business, they want to do this, they want to do that, I'm like, okay, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you starting this business? And it's always some type of hesitation somewhere. And it's just like, y'all, as we are seeing, there's so many tragedies happen in January alone of 2025. That should open up your eyes to tell you that time is not going to wait for anyone. Time is not going to be on your side whatsoever. So at the very least, you need to try to do what you can do in the moment until you can get better. Like when I first started YouTube, I started on my phone. Then eventually I got a little camera. Didn't really know how to use the camera, so I went back to the phone. And went to the phone for a long time. And up until this day, sometimes I use a phone instead of a camera. And I had to get microphone gear, right? I'm still working on perfecting my volume and my microphone and getting a better one. To this day, sometimes I don't know how I want to situate the lighting. And this all just comes from practicing. But the thing is, I heard somebody say, and this was so true. They were like, the time is going to pass anyway. I heard somebody say, I don't know if it was a rapper or someone, they were like, if you do it, good, like great. If you do it and you get it started, great. But if you don't, the time is going to pass by anyways, whether you do it or not. So would you want to be 2 months and only be recording from your phone? Or do you want to be 2 months and not recording at all? See, this is all a part of the glow up and the level up that I talk about on this channel. Starting, just getting started. I saw somebody the other day saying, oh, we're beyond camera footage. No, we're not. iPhone is coming out with a better camera with better retina every year, seems like. If all you have is your phone and a little baby $40 mic, lavalier mic, that is okay. That's a start. If you don't start now, February is going to go and come whether you do it or not. So I would rather you do it. Do you see now how detaching from the thought of failure frees you? I would have never came out here to Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've always kind of sort of had a detachment spirit to me. I think that it has just enhanced over time. Over this last year, it has accelerated 10 times. But I always felt like I don't have any children. I don't have a husband. Child, I could barely get asked on a second, third, fourth, fifth date. Why am I here? Like there is nothing holding me back. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love the fact that I moved here, is because it really showed me like, you're not scared of nothing. And that's the truth. The biggest fear that I have right now, y'all want to know, we talking about failures and freedom from failures. The biggest failure I have right now is not being successful, not living the life of my dreams. That is about as far as it goes. So that means when you got those type of fears, that means you need to not work from a place of scarcity, fearful mindset, but a mindset of, I love this life that I'm living. I want to maintain this life that I'm living. Let me do the work. Let me put the time in to be able to maintain this life. That is exactly how I wake up. I wake up some mornings, like last night, I just had a moment. And I was out here editing on my computer, on my nice big computer and my nice big desk in my nice beautiful apartment. And I was just like, thank you, Lord. Thank you for keeping me at work. Even things at work don't even bother me. Y'all remember just a year ago, I was complaining about a lady kind of like somewhat harassing me at work and not really feeling like I fit in here. I'm not going to say I 100% feel like I fit in now, but I will say it's getting better. I can tell it's getting better. And this spring and this summer, I'm going to do better than I did last spring and summer. And I'm going to really be outside and I'm going to really be doing things. And now I'm making it my business to do something for myself once a month. I love that. I absolutely love that. And so I think that you should really learn the art of detachment, because the moment you learn the art of detachment from people, places, and things, the sky is truly the limit. I am showing up I've been doing some work with my therapist, like really doing some inner and shadow work. And I realized it almost brings tears to my eyes. I realized that I wanted to be seen in such a positive and good light to my mother, who nothing I ever did was good enough for her. That's the truth, the harsh truth that I'm just now learning at my big grown age. I already knew, but it's solidifying in my mind. My mom would never be 100% proud of me. I would never make her 100% proud of me. The moment that I detached from that idea of wanting to make my mom proud of me or wanting my mom to be happy with who I was, the moment I detached from that, y'all, is the moment that the world, it like opened up. It's almost like I had blinders on my eyes for 35 years, and just recently it just opened up. It makes me actually want to cry. Now that I'm not living in that state of wanting my mom to see me in a positive light, wanting my mom to like me, because I'm no longer doing that, it has skyrocketed everything. I'm doing exceptionally well at work. Okay, I'm performing well at work. I'm doing better at my content. I'm putting more effort into my content. I'm putting out more content. I'm feeling better about my body, even though we're in our weight loss journey. Me being on a weight loss journey is me loving my body and caring about my body more than I did ever before, okay? So I don't want you to get that twisted, right? Because I love myself so much now, and I see myself as a woman and like a goddess, I am now more motivated than ever to get into the best shape of my life so I can live longer. I'm starting to dream bigger than I ever dreamed. Never dreamed this big. I'm literally dreaming and trying to put together, probably by 2026, how I'm going to, when I retire, building a beautiful home in the islands. I'm going to get that started like in the next 5 years. And the way the wool had been pulled over my eyes to see that the world is much bigger than 90th Street. That's where I was born and raised. The world is much bigger than 90th Street. The world is just bigger than what I saw growing up. And that it is okay if my parents, it hurts me, but I cannot live my life trying to make my parents like me, or trying to make my parents accept me, or me being my parents' favorite. It will never happen. And the moment I came into that realization and I started to grieve is the moment that I started to live. The last 3 or 4 months have been transformational. We'll talk about it in another video, but it has been transformational. And I have to chuck it up to me learning how to detach from people, places, and things. I belong to nobody, and nothing belongs to me. I'm here to experience life. I'm here to witness life. I'm here to learn as much as I can, and I'm here to have fun. That is it. We're here for a short time, not a long time. So I really want you to get this in your head about how important it is to learn to detach. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.